Note: this entry talks about my feelings, then the events of the day. I feel much better now. Thank you. February 5th. Ugh, a perfect day. It doesn't matter. I woke up at 4:30 anyway. I went out sometime after 5. I walked in the dark. I left my phone behind, not wanting any of the promises it never delivered on, plaguing me all morning. I walked around the island. I sat to meditate for a while, trying to find my ability to cry, but not finding it. Everything that hurt I relinquished. One of my talents is giving up, and it's a skill. Let go. Anything that doesn't work, give up on it. Let it fall. And when you feel you can breathe again, pick it up and try again. Try again. Try again. In about an hour of meditation, of trying to meditate, I got about 5 minutes of concentration, which was a fucking blessing. Well, that much at least. Then I got up and walked more. The long 90-minute walk around our little island. In that walk, I remembered some magic truth I have forgotten and discovered over and over again. Even though perfection is impossible, even if things were hopeless, even if there are all the reasons to be scared and angry, love anyway. Just love anyway. It feels so much better, and in a world that everything may mean nothing, the view from love is so much better than the views from anger and fear. So just love. Love anyway, no matter what. It will be okay. As I walked, I watched people raking the sand, burying the broken coral under the sand. Some said, "Good morning." I said, "Salamat pagi," which is the Bahasa equivalent. "Pagi," some would say back, then other things I couldn't understand. I don't speak Indonesian. Just have some words I put in my brain and mouth from Duolingo. Thanks, Owl. When I got back to the room, Andre was still in bed, then was talking on the phone. So though I had decided to take a few days off from talking with my partner back in New York City, I answered his call. And I told him I wanted to take a break from talking, because every time I talk with him, it makes me just want to be with him. And it makes being here hurt. And I just want to be here. That's what he wants. He wants me to enjoy being here. I've not gone more than 3 days not talking with him since we met, so I doubt it will last long, but I suggested we don't talk until Andre goes back home on the 18th. Give my heart time to cool. He told me I better not give up on him. But I do it all the time. Then pick us back up and try again. Right now, I'll do my best to let all that cool. Let America cool. Just be here, wherever I am. We had breakfast and some guy offered us mushrooms. We've been offered mushrooms over and over on this island, which I find surprising, so out in the open. I've used them for microdosing in the last decade, so I told him this morning to give us a bottle. They serve it as a drink here with orange and pineapple in it. I thought we would take a swig, have a few hours, maybe take another. But that's not what happened. We just split the bottle and downed it in one sitting. I had intended to spend time on my computer, resting from yesterday's oversun. A little burned, not bad. But within an hour, the last thing I wanted to do was stare at a screen, and I wouldn't have been able to anyway. Way more strong than I wanted it to be, but not to the level of disassociation. We swam a while, played in the sea. Today was sunny. A suddenly sunny day. The second or third, really, sunny day we've had on this whole trip. Andre just baked in it. His skin gets darker than mine. I sat in a shade structure meditating a while. Closed eyes, watching the fractals of the reality matrix undulating. Open eyes staring at the beautiful day. The light in the water was gorgeous. The tide was rising. I kept meeting Andre in the sea. He was a fish, a walking fish, a floating fish, a happy fish. I was constantly fencing with thoughts, overthinking, complicating, then having breaths of peace and pleasure. Okay. A school of fish jumped next to us, avoiding a predator. It was a glorious morning. Andre got hungry and wanted to walk into town in the midday heat. I felt we had already made that mistake and didn't want to do it again, and every feeling in my body was asking me to lay down and rest. So after some indecision, I told him to go without me. And he did. And I stayed in that shade structure until the sun had gone far enough down that I was no longer in the shade. But before that happened, I talked for a while to the people in the shade structure next to us, an Irish family who have been living in Australia for several years, spending the last 3.5 in a caravan, traveling around, staying put for a month or so at a time, making money, didn't ask how, assume though through a computer. They have 2 kids, 12 and 8, a girl and a boy. Earlier in the day, the hawkers came by, and I didn't give them any attention today. But their daughter asked the bracelet seller to sell her all the bracelets. At first, I thought she was mocking him, but she was being an entrepreneur and got him to sell her, I don't know, say 20 bracelets more for half price, at about $1 Australian each, and she planned to sell them to her friends back home for $5. But they spent about an hour together talking. He showed her how to make them, and it was such a joy to watch them. At breakfast, while waiting for food, I suggested we practice mudita, because Andre had it tattooed on his arm. And I picked the guy who sold us the mushrooms. I asked Andre what he thought would make that guy happy, and Andre said, just sitting and talking with someone. Meaning not just smoking and staring at his phone. So when I saw this local man talking with this Irish girl for an hour with genuine interest about his wares, it made my heart so happy. So I talked with the parents about that, and about their travels, and about mine, and the state of the world, and etc. The mother felt doubt that she was living life the right way. You know the feeling, right? What should I be doing with my life? I tried to bolster them. Traveling with kids around another country than the one you're born in sounds like great parenting to me. Sure, every child is damaged by their parents, even with the best intentions, but who knows how the kids will feel about it now, or how they'll feel later. But it made me feel good. The sunset was glorious, probably the best we've seen on our trip. I ate a bit, but didn't feel well, and again went to sleep early without looking at my phone.